Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the Mockeries! Say hello, the Mockeries!
Hello, Mockeries!
Hello, the Mockeries!
Oh, beautiful people. Guys, we gotta talk about last time, because last time, the Mockeries band went on a rescue mission to save their manager, Dylan Umtrowel, and ended up sneaking their way through the forests near Salt's Watch and encountering along the way the skirmishes between werewolves and Yuan-Ti. They discovered that quite a number more Yuan-Ti had made it into Grendia than they'd first thought. In fact, a veritable army of Yuan-Ti seemed to have made it into the country. They also discovered that they seemed to be constructing a pit reminiscent of the ones that Thesia would have grown up with, which are these pyramids that then go down as well and are used as ritual sacrifice chambers to Malar and to conduct some really weird, transformative Yuan-Ti magic stuff, which is real bad. And they were bringing the corpses of all these werewolves and some living people, and they'd captured a merchant and their guard and a couple of werewolves. These guys managed to make an incredible distraction using thaumaturgy and fire and all this good stuff, which distracted an abomination and a pitmaster, all these guys, for a very long time while they infiltrated the pits, fought 4 pure bloods in a very tense, nail-biting fight, and then saved Dylan by tossing him 15 feet in the air, and he was carried away by a flock of pseudo-dragons. Absolutely brilliant. So many nat 20s, it's truly insane. There's something wiki going on with this group. Asmodeus showed up and gave additional benefits to Thesia, and they decided to help the injured other Dylan, the merchant, rather than leave him behind, and therefore made their way out of the woods still safely, and all the way to Salt's Watch, where they went to Green Coven Hospital and spent the night. Guys, that's where we are now. You're in Salt's Watch. There's this tower that sort of goes up near the center of town on this hill that drops off very steeply on one side. The town is sort of like grown because trade has come this way. And this used to be sort of like a watchtower keeping watch on the borders, but now has become much more than that. You've got your manager. You are all stronger. You've rested up. You're doing good. It's the morning. And what happens next is up to you. How is everybody doing? How's everyone doing the morning after this reunion / rescue mission escapade the day before?
Thesia is shook. Just like, right, Theramin took damage, and he could have died. I could have died. I could have died a couple of times. I threw Dylan in the air. I was so lucky I summoned Asmodeus and gave me extra power. And I got away. Like, she's like on the outside very like stoic and like you can tell she's in deep thought, but on the inside she's like, what the fuck? Oh my god, what is my life? And like it's still kind of like processing that she has 2 deals with 2 devils. Like, it's not a situation anyone would want to be in. So she's just like, okay, fun times.
Do you think that Thesia is holding out hope that you can get the scythe back?
She knows they will get the scythe back, but she kind of is now expecting there to be a lot more collateral damage to maybe members of the party. But she made the deal with Asmodeus to get the scythe back. That was her goal. To be told yes and no, it was a bit like, I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. And Cloud doesn't know yet, so that's going to be an interesting conversation. Yeah, I think Cloud is probably, like I've said before, she's an early bird, so I think she's probably gone to Ash to make sure she's okay after putting those horseshoes on.
Ash is perfectly fine. If anything, Ash looks eager to go out for a ride this morning. Like, you guys very deliberately walked to Saltwatch, which is cool. So you actually haven't seen the effect of the magical horseshoes on Ash at all. So Ash just looks eager to go out for a ride at some point.
If Cloud notices that, which I think she probably would, because she spent a lot of time. Yeah, she spent a lot of time with Ash. She probably knows her like little things. She didn't pick up on them. She'd probably take her out a little bit, maybe more as a just checking to see whether there's nothing else going on.
Girl?
So she'd do.
I thought Ash was a guy.
I think when the guard came over, Cloud said that it was a he. No, I think you're right. I think when I can't remember the guard that we saved.
Maruk? Yeah, Maruk.
I think when Ash was in the stable, when Cloud was saying, I want to take, I'm sure it was a him. Ash, if he's sort of a little bit restless, Cloud would take him for a ride, just as a perimeter check almost.
Brilliant. You get on Ash, and this town is not terribly large, but it is like walled. Like it's a fortress essentially. They're fortifications rather. Are you riding sort of in town, or are you going out of town to do this ride?
I'd take him out of town and just do the wall perimeter.
Yeah. As soon as Ash enters into a gallop, the world around you blurs. You feel such an intense acceleration that you are almost lifted out of the saddle, as you almost get like that tunnel vision of space extending forward, and Ash moves faster than the wind. This is truly like you're creating a slipstream behind you. How fast you go around this town in next to no time.
Okay, so Ash is super fast.
Just call her Dash. Tim Dash, sorry.
Ash Dash.
The Ash.
The Ash. Okay. I'm guessing it's too fast for me to see anything.
It's once you get the hang of it. Go ahead, give me an animal handling check, actually, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, the first roll of 2021.
First roll of 2021, baby.
Okay. Don't say it's a natural 20 because I can't. It's a natural
1. Cloud at this unexpected, at the completely unexpected acceleration, flies off of the horse as it enters its gallop. You go flying and fall in that way that like gives you scrapes, so it's like you've still got back, and you take 10 points of damage because you just
right.
Oh my goodness.
That's the start of 2021, baby.
Oh man.
It takes Ash a minute to realize that you're not in the saddle and turn around and come back. And when Ash comes back, he's still figuring out stopping. So it's very much a matter of like he's trying not to hit you and when to start slowing down and how much time to give it. This is news for both of you. You're a little banged up.
Okay. I'll probably just sit on the ground and go, Ash, whoa. Whoa.
Slightly blurred hooves as it comes to a stop.
We both need to work this out. That hurt I can't even ask if you saw anything, but I want to go back to town. I just by the reins, I'll walk back.
Yeah. You walk back to town. Truly a fantastic acceleration. You might just want to get yourself a bit more secure in the saddle before you do it next time, if you do it ever again.
Use all the ropes from my pack. That's what I do.
Just tie yourself down to the horse. Brilliant. How about Theramin? How's Theramin doing in the wake of yesterday?
I think Theramin's happy that the crew has kind of been forced back together because Cloud wasn't really up for coming back together. But I feel he's pretty positive that they were able to save Dylan, and I think he's just about making amends today and hopefully trying to find the Scythe Cloud Moon, as he's reluctantly called. So, but I think before all of that, he needs a beer, so he's probably going to go down to the tavern.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, let me just have a quick look through my notes.
But also just have a wander on the way to the tavern and see what's about.
Theramin, I've got some bad news for you this morning. The town of Salt's Watch. Give me a perception check, if you'd be so kind, as you make.
I rolled a 2.
2, glorious. You get up and you're ready for a drink. So you make your way out and you make your way through this relatively small town, and you walk these streets, man. You find a drinking hole, and it's not open.
I'm gonna bang on the door.
You bang on the door. From up on this on the next story, a window opens, and a little woman with a pinched face looks out and goes, "Huh? We're closed, obviously."
Where can I get a drink?
You can't. We're in a state of emergency. No drinking.
I'm just gonna walk off in a huff. I might do.
Shoo.
I might do some thaumaturgy. Scream at her.
You thaumaturgy scream at her. The wind sort of goes back in her hair, and she looks at you dead in the eye, opens her mouth, and thaumaturgy's back at you. And you two get into a thaumaturgy shouting match in the street. Theramin,
Okay.
before you move away, suddenly neither you nor this woman are making any noise, and a man with a bunch of soldiers, at the head of a bunch of soldiers, approaches you.
What have I done?
You can see this very faint, almost like a tint to the air that is around you and this woman in sort of a sphere that is preventing any more noise from being made. This man, he's wearing almost sort of like Greek hoplite armor, is sort of the style of armor for the Garandian military, which is not nearly as extensive as many of the other countries in the other kingdoms in Sigalia, but it is there. So yeah, it's sort of this bronze armor with like just the hint of of musculature that's been indented into the armor, almost like just giving the hint of sort of shoulder muscle and abdominal muscles. And he's got a plumed helm that he holds under his arm. Comes over and just goes, "Okay, all right, what's going on? Okay, what's going on?"
It's my bad.
Yeah, he lets you talk.
I'm sorry. We had a bit of a rough night last night, and I was just, I really need a beer or something.
Right. Well, it as you would know if you were in town yesterday, we've gotten orders from the capital that there's some werewolves and stuff going on in Astrofel. They were attacked down the
Yeah,
road, so we're in lockdown at the moment.
I apologise. I've just come from there. We were in the midst of it all.
You you came in last evening. You came in with Dylan and Anton.
Yes.
Got it. I know who you are now. You saved their lives. That deserves some kind of compensation. You'll reach a hand over. Ivor, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm in charge here at Salt's Watch. I'm in charge of keeping everybody safe. And from the sounds of things, you and your companions mounted a very daring rescue.
We had to rescue our friend who was trapped inside.
And got another couple people out as well.
Yeah.
Do you think you can gather I have to make the rounds now. Can you gather your people and meet me at the tower?
I can. And how long? How long do I have?
Give yourself an hour, if that'd be all right. You got information about the layout of what's going on out there that would be really useful to know.
Could you point me in the direction of a place to get some better armor, because I realized how important it is since last night. And you seem to be extremely well covered.
That's fair enough. Listen, we've got an armor shop for the Grendian military. We've got people. I'm sure we can sort you something out. Information first, and then we'll see if there's a spot for you in any operations we're doing, and if that's the case, we can get you out.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, I'll go around the troops. Or
Good.
the band, even.
Right, you're musicians.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. I thought I was talking to an adventurer party, but well, okay. Maybe we need to go over. We'll go over all of this stuff. Maybe sending you into the field is not such a good idea, but at the very least, you can debrief us.
Okay, all right.
Because adventurers sign up for danger and crap.
Danger just finds us.
Okay, cool. Not exactly what a military commander wants to hear, but you go get your guys for a debrief. I'm gonna do a perimeter check. See you back at the tower.
Yeah. Pleasure to meet you.
And you. Ivor goes on away with his troops. Thesia, what have you done this morning?
Contemplated life.
Yeah.
She's kind of still in the hospital. I think she would have gone to Dylan, our Dylan, just to check up on him and ask him a favor.
Oh, hi, Thesia. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I'm so thankful and I'm so sorry that I got kidnapped so easily and that my voice went so high when you were saving me. I mean, obviously, it just means a huge amount that you risked life and limb to come get me. I literally owe you guys my life.
She kind of sits like if there's a chair in the room, just like nodding and just, it's all right. It's for you're a friend.
So starts crying a little bit.
She's just like
not loud, just quietly, just like.
It's just like, oh yeah, that's an emotion people have. I forget. Well, Dylan, I really do need to ask something of you. It's not a big favor. It's just we need to apologize to the citizens of Astrofel for not holding the meet and greet.
Yeah.
Would you write to the Reeve to offer them free entry to the next gig or the Battles of Bands, and then we can do the meet and greet there?
Yeah.
To apologize and be in the good books with them.
Sure. Yeah. I think this level of damage control is important. That sounds like a really good thing to do. Yes, I will do that.
She gets up and leaves. And would I be able to, in the hospital, hear like the thaumaturgy argument?
Cloud and Thesia, everybody in town hears this incredible boom, booming shouting match that comes from an indistinct point in the town as this sort of shrill woman's voice and Callum's demanding one just clash. It's thunderous, and then it's very abruptly cut off.
I'll be like, you rest up, get yourself sorted. Maybe when you're feeling a bit up to it, find us some accommodation, and then I'll be back. She just like swiftly leaves to like, she knows it's there, and like, oh my god. Just to go, like she leaves the hospital trying to find him.
Yeah. As you go, you just see that Anton and other Dylan, just once again, thank you up and down. They're being looked after. The clerics want to keep an eye on them for an extra little bit, just because. But yeah, you see that they're all good. And then make your way into town. I don't know how these timelines match up, but I imagined you run into Cloud on our way back.
Yeah, just like looking battered, like
looks
what?
Pretty badly scraped up, actually.
Yeah. My paladin lay on.
Yeah,
hands.
no, but Cloud will sort of like shy away from touch a little bit.
Oh, just like forcefully, just like no.
Okay.
So you get 5 points for lay on hands.
Okay.
You feel the burning embers of infernal magic flow from within you and heal your friend.
Who spits like a cat in return. Maybe not spits, but hisses.
But you feel better.
I feel better, but she still hisses.
Like we need to talk. When you left.
No, we don't. I'm taking Ash back to his stables, and then I will meet you with Theramin.
Cool. I'm going to use message because you have to be 120 foot of me, and I'm in your head. So like you can't ignore that. Just like
I will get on
like,
Ash as soon as I feel like the message. I get on Ash and just gallop away, but hold on tight.
With a blast of wind, Thesia, Ash and Cloud just across town in an instant.
Cloud just like looks in that direction and goes, "All right then, suit yourself."
I just do like a quick circle and then take her back to the stables.
You bring Ash back to the stables. Ash looks honestly a little bit disappointed not to be able to continue to run. It's almost like he's like it's a dog that hasn't gone out for a walk and has just gone out for a really short walk and then is being brought back inside. It's like, really? Okay, fine. You get the sense that Ash really enjoys having these horseshoes
Right.
and
Okay.
yeah, and wants to make use of them.
I think sensing that, Cloud would, she'd turn to Ash and be like, I know you enjoy running. We need to conserve that strength. We don't know how long it's going to last. I need us to get to where we need to go. Please, if you trust me, trust in my judgment. As I'm like stroking like the side of Ash's snout and face. You will run, I promise.
Yeah, It's a horse. It's
I know I can't talk to animals.
it's
So
all good. It's all good. It Ash always will do what you ask of him. Just gives you the impression that he'd rather be out there
oh yeah,
at the moment. Yep.
I'm staying with Ash. I'm staying with him for a little bit.
Cool.
I knew what Thesia was gonna do. So
Cool. We'll come back to Cloud in a second.
Mhm.
Thesia, Theramin meet up.
Thesia.
Right.
Where's Cloud and where's Dylan?
Dylan's still in hospital recovering. Cloud sped off is the best way to put it. She's still in town.
We really need to speak to her.
Yeah. Same issue or now a different issue?
Well, the same issue, but also now not an issue. We have another meeting that we need to go to. We need to basically tell the townspeople what happened so they can provide some help for them, some intelligence. But mainly, we need to sort out our band and our friendship.
Yeah,
That's
one
the
step at
priority.
a time. We'll try
I feel
and
like
get her to work with us.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
She sped off? How do you mean sped off? On what?
Ash is now, because like Thesia wouldn't have seen like anything like that before, because like it's all like in the forest, it's stealth and obviously quick movement, but not like that. Like,
Yeah.
She it wasn't blur of movement gone.
What?
On a horse. Yeah. She's kind of like looking around. It's like those horseshoes, I think.
That would make sense.
But if she's obviously with Ash, so I think we'll try and find Ash and then find her.
Well, stables then, surely.
Stables.
How do we get through to her if she doesn't want to speak to us?
I think we need to get her to cooperate about telling the town, like you said, because it seems that she would do that. But I don't think she will. I tried to talk, and I tried to talk to her in her head. We'll get there. Small steps.
Yeah. Is Dylan okay? Is he well enough to come with us, or is he still resting?
No, he's resting now. I've asked him to apologise to Astrafel about not doing the meet and greet. Although it gave us a lot of money, it wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Have we already given Cloud her money for that?
No, she wasn't there.
Okay, so how much do we each owe her?
Well, it's 1,500 together.
So if you've each
So
got
it's
750, then
So it'd be 500 each. So we'd lose 250.
yeah, you'd lose 250 each.
250 each. Okay, I was going to say I've got 587. But yeah. All right, so yeah, we need to get that money together for her.
Unless we only did take 500 each and we left 500 for her when she got back.
Did Dylan still have the 500?
I think so, because on mine I've only got 562, so it must have been.
So Dylan still got it then? Okay.
Yeah,
all
Dylan
right.
has her money.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Sweet. I was worried then.
Lost 500 gold.
I want to buy stuff. All right.
Amazing.
Okay. Well, let's get to the stables because she's probably there, and we'll find her, and we'll help these town people out and go from there.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I do warn you though, they've got their muscles carved into their armor, so they're a bit.
She kind of looks at her and is like, "That means nothing," and just walks.
Okay.
All right. Cloud, these guys approach the stables. They approach. You can see them coming. They can see you in the stables with Ash.
They can see me.
Yeah, it's sort of open. It's open enough.
Okay.
It's the stitch.
Okay.
Helm of telepathy.
You guys both have message. Yeah, helm of telepathy. You can
Yeah, but I don't need to wear a helmet.
project your thoughts into somebody's mind.
Cloud, the townspeople need our help. We need to tell them what we saw to protect them.
That's with the helmet telepathy, right?
Yeah, presumably.
And
No,
also,
universal sign.
Okay, universal sign.
we love you.
Cloud will say out loud, if you had any respect for me, you wouldn't invade my thoughts. Because
Yeah.
Cloud doesn't know any different.
Yeah.
So that's what she would say.
Cool.
She's never met a spell like this. So
Cool.
to her, you're invading her mind unwillingly.
Okay, Thesia just shouts. I made a deal with Asmodeus to get Slither back. It's like open air, like Cloud might not know who Asmodeus. Cloud looks down like
No.
I made a deal with the devil.
Okay.
My dad's boss.
My dad's buff. You made a deal with the devil. My dad. You shout, I made a deal with Asmodeus to get Sliver back, or to get Moon back. There are a couple of people. Oh, Callum, no! Oh, there you are. Okay, cool.
No, I'm back now.
Okay. There are a couple of people, sort of civilians in your periphery who take a double take and walk hastily away.
Of course.
And are they still like in my peripheral walking away?
You could see them. You could see like they were sort of just over. They weren't close enough that if you were talking normally it would matter, but because you shouted, they heard and start leaving.
Do we still have those emblems on us that we used to disguise ourselves?
Which emblems were those?
Wands of Malar.
Oh,
Thesia.
yes. Those were minor illusions, so those can drop in.
Yeah.
Okay.
They only last for I think a minute.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
going to use a spell, but they're not within 5 foot of me.
No, they're a ways away, and they leave very quickly.
Okay, because I was going to use Gift of Gab just to like reshape what they heard. Okay,
I could
yeah.
like thaumaturgy scream at them. We mean no harm, and then
No, I'll just like leave it. Don't need
We
it.
mean no harm.
You thought you scream, we mean no harm, and they break into a run.
Oh. Look, I'm -2 intelligence, guys. What do you expect?
It's fine. I'm good at persuasion. It's all right.
All right, that's neither here nor there. Where were you at?
So,
What do you want?
your help.
Why should I give you my help when we were unconscious and then Slither disappeared and he was standing there talking to Peter? Why would I give you my help?
I was trying to save you. That was the only option I had. I had no other option.
And I'm like nudging
had-
Darren. I'm like, tell her about Slither hitting him in the head.
You have plenty of options.
Sliver hitting me in the head? I'm sorry, and what?
Hitting Peter.
Oh yeah, Sliver killed Peter, but then Peter decided to come back from the dead after that anyway. I thought that Slither was able to kill him, but he tried to kill him and it failed.
What I'm hearing is Slither helped. You stood there, watched him take away the only thing I have left to my family, to my clan.
That was never my intention. I tried my best to get him back, and we will get him back. I promise.
I'll get him back myself.
No, you need our help.
Really? Because I thought that you were on the ground. You didn't help much.
I start walking close to Cloud. It's like, I just declared out loud, I made a deal with the devil Asmodeus to get your precious Slither back. He cannot give it to me. because it is in the possession of someone else. We both know where that is. I know who created these Peter Lugazi Cabal guys. I can help with that and the artifacts. So I have knowledge you do not. She's just like really slowly approaching her, like, you're pissing me off.
It was either we all die, or I try and resurrect you guys, and then we can go and get him back. There's no good option. It was the
Sid
best.
said that I wouldn't die. He made that promise to me. I needed you to protect us, and you didn't.
And that's what I was counting on as well. But he tried and then was overpowered. He sent him into a portal into the Nine Hells.
No, just a sub-dimensional pocket.
He summoned him away, but we found out where he is now, so we're going to go and try and get him.
I know where he
could
is.
be.
I know where he is. Funny that. Madam Mad told me. Not my band members.
Oh,
We
could you
couldn't
run
tell
off?
you. Yeah, we were trying to tell you.
Once you let him leave with the
I
only
didn't-
thing I've got to my
I
family.
didn't let him leave. It was my only option. I didn't let him leave. I tried everything I could do to stop him, but I'm not powerful enough.
There is a rule between the Legazis and unfortunately Theramin's dad, where they cannot cross each other's paths and they cannot hurt each other, and they are almost bound to each other to do no harm and not get in the way. There was nothing they could have done to stop this. Slither defended himself, and it didn't win. Together, we can get him back, and you can keep him with you, then you can go. We will help you, and this is what we want to do. We are not saying you come with us and leave that thing behind. We want to help. And she's like, right in her face, like,
Cloud
we'll
wouldn't
help
let you
you,
get that
damn
close.
it.
Cloud wouldn't let you get that close.
We're sorry as well that ever happened. It's not what we ever wanted to happen, but it did. And we can work to make it better if you let us.
You can kill Peter and have your little satisfaction.
Yeah. We'll let
We'll
you have
get
that.
to him.
And Theramin says that he's sorry. I think Cloud, that means more than whatever Thesia has said about revenge and getting back, because no one has said sorry to Cloud. Not even when she became Druid, when she saw Storm. Like, that meant a lot to her. So it's really difficult because characters.
We've never, Theramin's never had any friends before. And
yeah, Cloud can sense the fact that he is being very genuine, and every time she's seen Cloud, every time Cloud has seen Theramin, it's been, in a dark corner, getting beer, having no emotions, being dark and broody, and now it's but now it's a genuine, like, she trusted him enough before to say, hey, I'm seeing shit in the corner of my eye. There's a little girl talking to me. So, yeah, I think that means a lot to Cloud. But she probably won't say anything just yet.
Just, let us earn your forgiveness. Let us do that at least. You don't need to forgive us straight away. Let us try.
Who do we need to see in this town? We need allies. We messed up in Astrafeld. They're all going to hate us. We said we'd do a meet and greet, and then I'm guessing you two didn't stay.
No, we stayed. Well, not for the meet and greet. We did a gig, but Dylan's taken care of that. I've organised an apology and alternative arrangements for those citizens. So we don't need to worry about that anymore. We just need to worry about the fact that there were.
Sorry, I was going to say Dylan's got some money for you as well, but carry on talking.
So we need to worry about the fact that there are werewolves out there, and Yuan-Tis I don't like. They're not my
That
family.
money needs to go back to Astrofel. We can't keep it.
Yeah, we'll send your money back to Astrofel.
I'm not saying my money. I'm saying the money we cannot keep. It needs to go back to those people.
Okay. If they don't want to do another meet and greet and don't want to come to our next gig, then we will happily give them the money back. But if they'd rather come and have the meet and greet and come to the gig,
That's fine.
we'll do that as well. You know,
We'll give them the option.
we'll figure it out. Don't worry. But we need to
We
go
need
see
to go
these
to
towns.
Dylan. We need to go to Dylan first, because if he's
Yeah.
sending a message to Astrofel, they need to be aware as
Oh, I
soon
see.
as possible.
Okay. What's
Agreed.
happened with your horse, by the way?
Ash looks at you
Whatever
guys.
horseshoes. Oh, you good boy. But whatever horseshoes we put on him made him really fast. I tried to ride him with the gallop. I fell off and it really hurt.
Yeesh.
I think we need to be a bit careful. But
Yeah.
he seems to like riding fast. He seems to like the speed.
I'd maybe not do that in a place where there's lots of people he could run over. But
I was trying to do a perimeter check.
that sounds, yep. Okay. Go well? Any incidents, or was it all
I
flawless?
fell off.
Okay. Wear a
why don't we
seatbelt or
just-
the medieval equivalent of one next time.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. Very fast.
Well, that's cool.
So now we know it's not hurting Ash. He just likes to feel the wind in his mane. So
Who doesn't?
it'd be
Right.
well, true. Be good to do scouting and do a go far and then come back and circle around.
Wow.
We have a defense horse.
We do have a defense fast horse, but I don't feel like Ash should wear these for a long time.
No.
I'm actually thinking of taking them off, waiting until we're going back out of town to put them back on if I can.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Well, we could do that. If he's feeling restless with them on.
Yeah. It's more I get the sense of he likes the speed, but I don't want him to get too restless and just try and bolt off. Okay. So I'm gonna try and take the horseshoes off.
Yeah. Give me an insight check, if you'd be so kind.
Yeah, I don't feel like they're gonna come off very easy. Insight is 21.
21?
21, 19 plus 2.
Cool. Ash absolutely adores you and loves you very, very much. And would never in any way harm you. Looks at you with this look of like, that I hate what you're doing right now. I hate this. I hate that you're taking these off me.
Oh.
I will, like, I'm guessing like I'm picking up one of his legs, like to have a look at the shoe.
Doesn't resist in any way, but just gives you a look like, this sucks.
I will hold and notice. How do I talk to a horse that I've got not? Ash, I will leave these on you if you promise not to run away from the stable and lower. Okay. Okay. Just stay here, okay? We've got a couple of bits to do.
With a 21, Ash fully understands. Like, Ash understands what you're saying.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ash hated me trying to take those off. I feel like he will stay here for us. But I still feel like we should make our business quick. We've got other things to do.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's head down there now. They're at the watchtower. So is it the watchtower they're at?
Did you speak? Sorry, carry on.
No. Yes, Ivor is at the watchtower. They'll be there in the next 20 minutes.
Who told you all of this?
Ivor, who's the head guard, kind of macho.
Captain. He's the captain of the in the Grendian army. Yeah.
He's a captain in the Grendian army. Okay.
Yeah. They want to find out what we saw and if it can help them, protect themselves, basically. I think we should help.
Do you know what would be a bigger help?
What?
Having Sliverback with werewolves?
Well, we can make that part of the... I mean, yeah, of course it would.
I also think we need to be careful with Ivor. Remember what happened in Astrafel? The guards were bought out by Legazi. So
yeah.
we need to...
Humphrey Blaine. It's worth mentioning, actually, that you still have the sending stone that connects you to Humphrey Blaine, who's the detective from the capital who showed up in Astrafeld, who turned out to be in the pocket of the Legazis.
I think we should not mention the scythe under any circumstances, just in case.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's make that a deal right now, that we never speak of it to anyone.
We're coming here for a gig. Coming from Astrafeld to
we got stopped on the way.
We went to check something out. A carriage was gone. We then went to find our friend.
We checked a voice that we thought may have been coins when we came back. Because, I mean, if they look out there, coin is speared to the ground. So...
It was self-defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, coin, we heard coin, we knew that he was a bad person. We went after him.
Danger.
When we came back, Dylan and the carriage was gone.
Yeah. And then everything else happened like normal.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we can just go to find out information from them. We don't need to necessarily reveal much. Let's just give them...
All I'm saying is, if they try to debrief us, which is what they kind of maybe want, is our version of events, that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you lead the way.
Perhaps I shouldn't do the talking.
No, but I've all told you where to go, so maybe if you lead.
Okay.
Us.
Yeah. Well, you guys can see all roads in Salt's Watch lead to the tower. The tower is the big edifice of the town. Before you guys do that, you quickly look in on Dylan, and he takes your notes as he's writing up this thing to get Astrafel. Right, big refund if for anybody who wants it. He'll include that in. You see, it seems like Dylan is starting to weirdly, as he continues to go through life and death situations, is starting to find his legs a little bit more. He just says, Thesia, Theramin, can I have a second with Cloud?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Hey, I don't want to... you obviously went through something and I wasn't there for that. I didn't even really get to meet Moon.
His name was Slither.
Slither. Gotcha.
Its name, sorry.
Their name?
Their name. I mean, we weren't completely on perfect ground.
That,
let's say.
Be that as it may, it obviously meant a lot to you. Listen, what you do is up to you. But I would hate for you to have anything of the wrong idea about Theramin and Thesia. They tore themselves up. over it. And after they'd finished doing that, they wrote a really beautiful song dedicated to you. And he will pull out a piece of paper with the lyrics to Cloud, the song that you guys wrote in Asterfeld. And it's folded up and he'll hand it to you. And he goes, they dedicated a whole gig to you, and it's not your fault you weren't there for that, but
Is this the gig they didn't even stay to do a meet and greet?
yeah, because we were all concerned about you and came after you. So I'm not saying ultimately, Cloud, you're going to do what you want. And if that means you don't want to be part of this band anymore, then that's what you want. Those two, all they want is to have your back.
They do. And I know that. But what happened was difficult to explain. I didn't know Sliver for a long time.
You don't have to explain.
No, I don't.
You really
Dylan,
don't.
you're a band manager. You're part of the band. You should know what's going on. Sliver wasn't a part of what happened for a very long time. But what he meant to me was more than anything. It's what I've been searching for a long time. And I thought I found that within this band. And then I found Slither. And I knew he could help. It's difficult to explain. It's difficult to explain the whole story behind him and what they meant. But I am learning that maybe they weren't the only thing I need to call family. And I know family doesn't get on 100% of the time. And it requires forgiveness. It's going to take a long time. But I'm in this band. I told Sliver when I met them that I had things to do here before I did my own personal goals. They knew that, and they still promised to protect me and potentially the others. It's just hard when it's family.
I gotcha. I have made an executive decision as band manager. And I wanted to tell you about this before I told the others to see what you thought.
Mm-hmm.
We originally had a gig lined up in Saltwatch. Canceled it. If you're up for it, we leave in a few hours and go to Cess and Seal so we can get your scythe back.
That means a lot to know that you were all invested in this scythe as I am. But after what happened, we need to do a gig here. We need to show people we are still a band, we are still family. We do a gig tonight and then we leave. We all need rest. It's not Ash's fault, but he was a bit excitable about the horseshoes we gave him. I need rest tonight.
Right, those didn't actually do anything yesterday.
They did something today. He's super fast.
Oh.
So
okay.
Worst comes to worst, tonight I ride on him and I get to Sessensil. But
right.
Tonight, let's do a gig. Let's be the Mockeries that you created in the first place. Let's do this.
It's so good to have you back.
No. I don't do touchy. I don't do touchy. I don't do touchy.
It's gross. He's got
Dylan was almost normal for a bit.
Yeah, I know. And Cloud broke him again.
Executive decisions and everything.
Screw those executive decisions.
It's so good that you make the choices, and I mean, I'm not used to it yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want you to make sure the past town is happy.
I'm all over it. I'm got it. It's so good. Promise.
Okay. We've got some things here to do, and then we'll do a gig tonight. Tomorrow morning, first light, we leave.
I arranged everything.
Okay.
I'm so happy.
Okay.
Go do your thing. Do your thing.
Okay.
I'm okay.
You need to calm down. You need to uncancel the gig you cancelled.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I know, I got it. I know.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm okay. It's okay, I got this.
Okay, good. Pull yourself together. I know we've not been the closest, but just we can do this.
Yeah. He's okay. Sorry.
I'll go outside to the others. So we've got a gig tonight, and then we leave at first light. Whatever we have to do, we do it now. We get it over with. We have to go to Sessensil. That's where Moon is being kept. I would like to show off this lovely dice bag from Stitch Witch Goods.
Stitch Witch Goods.
It is a cloud-inspired dice bag.
Everybody, this is the part
That's
where we pause
lush.
the show. Let's all get our Stitch Witch Good bits, and we do a little advert.
Yes. So they come in multiple colours for all of your dice needs, for all your character designs, for everything.
Did lots of dice.
I have 3 sets of dice in here at the moment. New year, new dice bag. You can find them on Etsy at Stitch Witch Goods, Instagram, Stitch Witch Goods.
Josh, I love your modelling.
I know, it's perfect.
Try some of this. Yeah.
Oh, here's the creator of Stitch Witch Goods.
Poking her head in.
Showing off.
Wow, they look great. And how many colours can they come in?
So
Any colour
many.
that your character desires.
So many. Probably got about,
My goodness.
could do about 50 combinations if I pushed it.
50 combinations. Whoa.
Oh my god.
But there's no way they're going to hold all of the dice I need for a game.
This is where I tell you you're wrong. This has 3 sets of dice already in it, with plenty of hand room left for all your grabby hand needs.
Slogan of the shop.
They look amazing. They're wicked.
Look for the link in the description, maybe.
Link in the description below.
Are there other goods besides dice bags?
Pumpkins, ghosts,
No.
witches, vampires, embroidery coming soon.
Embroidery such as Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. Everybody's favorite abyss god.
H.P. Lovecraft. Green creature. Woo.
Okay, so you guys, Cloud, you've got the song that they wrote for you. Good. And now you are all back together again and can head to the tower. The vibe around town is lockdown, interestingly enough. But not because of a virus, because of these people have heard that Asterfeld got hit pretty bad. They know that the casualties were minimal and that they were all limited to professionals, for lack of a better word, in the field. But civilians are in danger, and they understand that. And the fact that the fighting seemed to come closer to them has been made very apparent to them. So people are afraid and a little bit on edge, and they are staying in their homes, while the military sort of looks to defenses which have not been needed. You don't know in how long, but a very long time.
Does it look like, so from the walls and that, does it look like they were defended at one point?
From the walls, you can see that this was built very professionally. That the infrastructure itself is good. Like it's serviceable. It's solid. The difference is in the people. The actual people manning the walls and things. You guys are not yet on the edges of Garandian territory. Not only that, Salt's Watch is almost equidistant from the two neighboring countries, which are Ostor, the one with the dwarves, and the one with the dwarves, the Dwarven Kingdom of Ostor, and Thorogrove, which is an allied kingdom. Callum, Theramin, you would know this from living in this country more than the other two. Stuff like this is big stuff. Garandia is super safe, and the reason that Garandia is safe is because it has agreements with all the other kingdoms that make it that way. Garandia's inner roads are some of the safest to travel on anywhere, and the fact is that Salt's Watch was built because somebody knew it might someday be needed, which is great, but also probably hasn't been needed in hundreds of years. So the infrastructure's there. It looks good. It looks well maintained. The people, on the other hand, besides the very few sort of higher up people who would have seen combat and actually know what they're doing, people get posted here because nothing happens here.
Okay.
Right?
They all look a little bit
green, even if they're not young.
okay.
Yeah.
Do we know if they've spoken to other Dylan and Alvin?
Anton. It seemed like what he was saying, that he had at least gotten a report that on how they were doing, from what Ivor said. Yeah.
They probably know quite a lot what already happened.
So they haven't been. No, they haven't been debriefed. No, the people in the
hospital. Cool. Right.
Yeah.
So we're the first people they're speaking to
from the incident yesterday, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You make your way to the tower. The tower itself is far older than the other bits here. This was built in a strategic location, probably near the founding of the country, so almost 700 years ago. Big, fortified. You wouldn't want to try to take it from the outside. It's good, and it's large enough to house the military operation in this place. The guards let you in, say, I was expecting you, yeah. And you go up so many stairs, like just a lot of stairs that you go up before eventually making it to sort of one of these levels where Ivor is standing around a round table with no chairs, with a couple of other lieutenants. And they've got one of those sort of like maps on it with the little figures that represent pieces. And so they've got Salt's Watch in the distance over here. They've got Asterfeld on the other side. They've got Sessenseal, and in the middle they've got painted forests with little snakes and wolves figures on them.
Just quickly, can I tell because if it's 100 years old, but it seemed like a stronghold, like a strategic point, can I tell where that is? Like, so if it's blocking off or looking at a certain region.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean? Like
absolutely.
From attack, it would be from a certain place.
From a certain place. You, especially at this altitude, it's easiest to tell. You can see out of these big arched doorways and windows up here. No, not doorways. What am I talking about? You can see all the windows out here, up here, for miles and miles in all directions. Way back the way that you've come, you can, this is like in the distance, you can see just the barest glint of Garanseal, the capital. And then coming closer to the road that you traveled on from Asterfeld and Oddmore, etc. To the west, you can see mountains, right? But the mountains, the Goliath Mountains, yeah.
Goliath.
I know. But at this far north, the mountains actually peter out, and you can see that they peter out into very dense forest to the west. There are no sort of border towns that you can see, but you know from the maps that at some point in that forest, you get into Thorgrove. You get into an elven kingdom in that direction. Thorgrove elves are wood elves. They are friendly to Garandia. They are also extremely protective of their woods.
Okay. Because when we were in the Goliath Mountains,
this was closer to, you were further south on the border to Dridia, which is a dark elf country with a lot of.
Yeah, I just remember from the Goliath Mountains where Coin was.
Yes.
He was going towards Yuan-Ti territory.
The passage across the Goliath Mountains was into Dridia, which is another one of these.
Dridia. Okay.
So the three. Here's a little crash course on
Give
the
us
world of Psycholia.
Lord Dump.
Lord Dump. This is so tangential to your story, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. So tangential. There are 10 kingdoms, right? 3 of those are human kingdoms. Garandia, the one you're in right now, predominantly human, although most accepting of other races from all the countries. And then to the east, 2 other human countries, Arohan and Burano, who famously have been at war with one another for almost 700 years. They hate each other's guts. There are also 3 elven kingdoms. There's the kingdom of Thorgrove, which is run by the Wood Elves and is almost entirely blanketed in forest. There's the kingdom of Dridia, which is the dark elf country, which is the smallest and has the most wild, untamed territory belonging to Yuan-Tis and also to Tritons, as well as a mountain that is full Aarakocra territory. Oh yeah.
I love Aarakocra.
Bird people, Callum, for context. But like big bird people that look like eagles.
Like hawks, but human sized.
I think I've seen a picture of them before.
I've shown you a couple of times the Aarakocra picture. Well, we've been character creation. And then Rothanel, which is the high elven, very isolationist kingdom, who are one of the only 2 kingdoms that still practice slavery. And they're down south. Other kingdoms, there are 2 dwarven kingdoms. One of them is Astor. And you can see Astor borders Garandia in the north. And from where you are looking northeast or just east, you can see that there are a few towns dotted along sort of the border to this dwarven kingdom. It's a very large kingdom, very rich. Um, and the dwarves from Ostor are not warlike, but they're definitely greedy. And they're definitely not. They would rather the relationship with Garandia be one where they hawk their wares at exorbitant prices rather than fight. But it's still in that sort of like, oh, little people who don't know how to make beautiful things out of rocks.
Okay.
They're full of themselves a little bit in Ostor. On its own island, further to the north, in the open sea, is Cold Forge, which is the other dwarven kingdom. The Coldforge dwarves are known as being the most hospitable, lovely people in the world. They live in the harshest climates you can imagine, and are just lovely, just great. Coming across a Coldforge dwarf is just a ray of sunshine. And then lastly, down in the south, there is the Desert Kingdom of Care, which is a dragonborn kingdom, and it's shrouded in mystery. Their culture, they keep mostly to themselves, and while they do trade and send emissaries to other kingdoms, everybody's very tight-lipped about what it's actually like back home. So uninvited guests have to survive a trek across the desert, which they don't do. They don't survive. They don't come back from in order to make it into the depths of Care territory. There's your little rundown. So from here, you can see the forests that lead to Thorogrove and the border to Ostor, the dwarven kingdom.
So we can't see Cess Seal or Needle from here.
You can see Cess and Seal. You can see you can see again, it's a little ways off, not that far compared to the capital. So more distinctly, you can see this enormous port city,
Okay.
which is closer to Thorogrove. Cess and Seal is a mess of docks along its border, across along its shoreline rather, and is shaped almost like a semicircle.
Okay.
Expanding out.
But we can't get a sense that this was built to fend off any particular.
You get it. Ivor will let you in on this. He goes, welcome. I see you're taking in the sights. Saul's Watch was built to warn the capital and the inner regions should an army pass through Cess and Seal from the sea, or enter from Thorogrove in the west, or Ostor in the east. We our defensive capabilities were put in place so that we could get word to the capital in time. We actually still have a signal fire that we light in case enemies use anti-magic for whatever reason.
Is that likely to happen, or is it more of a precaution?
Definitely precautionary. We have not. Garandia hasn't been invaded in 650 years. Yeah, we have treaties with all of the other. The reason for that is we have Garandia is in the center and is connected to every other kingdom, right? And is therefore the only trade route that most kingdoms have to the other kingdoms, right? Because the oceans to the deep south and the deep north get really, really bad. Sea leviathans and stuff like that, dragon turtles, all kinds of bad stuff. Because the depths of the ocean elicit a stronger fear response, which connects more deeply to the nightmare realm. It's a whole thing. It's baked into the mechanics of the world. So people prefer to travel by land to do their business, and that means going through Garandia, which means that if any kingdom were to invade and take over Garandia, they would have an incredibly strong position with which to take the rest of the world. And so all of the other kingdoms got together and made a pact that if any one of them were to try to invade, the others would gang up and destroy them.
So you've got a treaty.
We've got treaties with everybody. We've got treaties with everybody. Yuan-Ti don't have their own kingdom. They have their own territories that they've carved out for themselves in Wild Country, and I mean, lycanthropes are basically animals. So we never expected an invasion from Yuan-Ti or werewolves before. Hello, cat.
Sorry, you've said that as our most feral cat. Jump behind Daisy.
She's looking.
I know.
She was looking.
She growls and spits and hisses at everyone and everything. So when you're like feral, I was like, thanks, Chels.
But Ivor will just go, this is a little bit of uncharted territory for us. In Garandia, we do some dungeon delving, but we don't really have sort of minority races that live within the borders of the kingdom like a lot of other countries do, like other kingdoms and stuff. We're super open to tieflings and all kinds of folk, but races who usually keep to themselves, Aarakocra, Yuan-Ti, those kind of people who have territory of their own, even if they're not part of a kingdom, don't usually wage war with a kingdom because kingdoms are bigger than them and they get wiped out. So Garandia's army is very small, but the good news is we've got people inbound. We've got people incoming to deal with this. The bad news is, again, because this is so unusual. This takes a while to muster those people, and in the meantime, we have to keep ourselves safe.
From experience, never rely on safety.
That's a very good policy, and as a military man, I absolutely agree with you. Forgive me, I've been talking about all of this stuff. I'm not familiar with your race, madam.
I'm a tabaxi.
Tabaxi. You have to forgive me. I'm not familiar.
Not a problem. I understand that we are not common here. Our world was overruled by...
Geez, you're from Vulpikar. I am so sorry. Of course, we got the update. Dreltar, Vidalkin, Star Elves, Tabaxi. I remember now.
Thank you. That's why I'm sure you can appreciate. Don't rely on safety.
No, all that stuff with the Grey Orthodoxy was real messed up. You got my condolences.
Thank you very much. I just wish that what happened to my world, obviously with the brothers, never happens again.
Crap, I didn't know that the twin gods, well, I suppose they're twins. Yeah, I guess they were. Cool.
They are twins, but I do not give them the satisfaction of calling them that.
They get satisfaction out of being called... It truly doesn't matter to me.
Twins create a kind of respect of being unique and one of a kind. I have found that traitorous brothers or siblings can be found anywhere. Dishonesty can be found anywhere. That's why I say, please. This country seems like a good place. Do not trust the safety of those who are meant to help.
Listen, you're only being proved right by what's going on right now.
Thank you.
The Prince Rhydon was wanting to get his task force. I think his task force are involved somewhere else. So I think the Queen is dealing with getting people together. We have come
across a certain member of the royal protection I guess you'd call it, who we have found to be dishonest. So
This is so far out from what I wanted to talk to you about, but that's a really serious allegation. Who you
which we
talking
will
about?
bring to the royalty when we find them.
When you find, I assume you mean the perp rather than the royalty.
Yes.
Yeah. Straight up, I will make a report of this and get things in gear.
Please be very tactful in how you bring it up. We are going to find the perp and we're going to go to the royalty direct, I'm guessing.
Hold your horses, okay? We're talking about we're talking about a corrupt Zero Task Force member. You know this guy's a detective. This guy's City Watch.
Yeah. So, a Cloud, I'm not saying any more or any further. I'm just saying we have found corruption. We do not trust anyone.
Okay.
We are going straight to the royalty with this information.
Okay. Please, let's back up. My understanding of what you're saying to me right now is that because I can see you're so done, my understanding is that you had a bad experience with somebody of authority, and now you don't want to tell me more in case I'm corrupt as well. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I'm in the middle of a crisis right now, and I need to get information on what's going on outside of my town in terms of this friggin' army of snakes and werewolves that are fighting each other. I'm sure no offense meant to you, ma'am. On the other hand, if there's somebody with any authority who's corrupt, it's incredibly important that people be let know that that's the case, right?
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah,
before
absolutely.
I say anything to him. Insight is
And that one?
We've had a 1 and a 2 and a 1 so far this year.
It's not bad for me for having a natural 1 though.
I'm just going to point something out now, because we haven't been addressing this as they've been coming up, but it's worth addressing now for a very specific reason. You get a natural 1 on your insight on this guy. Truly, you have no bead on whether he's honest or professional, or whether he's just trying to get information on. Like you have no idea what this guy wants. You try and fail very hard to suss this guy out. The first natural 1 you rolled was perception after leaving Asterfeld. The second was animal handling.
This session.
Morning. And the third is to get a read on this guy. Out of the bag of holding that you carry flashes the most brilliant illumination of golden light, almost blinding like lightning, and then it calms right down. He goes, okay, now what the hell was that?
Do I have to use that now, or does it just store in the...
Yes, it stores.
In the item. Okay. That was... Oh, I don't know whether I want to lie. Oh, I don't know. That was a very powerful magic item I have, and if you lie, I will know if you are lying.
Fine, you're zone of truthing, or you're doing some kind of lie detector, more than okay. I promise to tell the truth, right? Ivor Augusto, captain of Salt's Watch, right? More than fine. Do you mind if we do the same for you guys?
Go ahead.
Zone of Truth is casted on you guys. basically the way this works is you can choose willingly to fail your save, in which case you must speak the truth or they'll know.
Do
Or
we
you
not
can
get
try
a
to
save
resist.
against it?
You can choose to voluntarily fail the save, which means it automatically works on you, or you can try to make the save.
Okay.
But know that if you do make the save, they will know.
Oh, I'll tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Not worth lying at the moment.
You guys, you good telling the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Make your save. Wisdom save.
Oh, I'm magic resistant, so I get advantage,
You get advantage on this for sure.
which I keep forgetting I have.
Yeah, it's worth remembering that one.
So that one's an 18. 18, so
Yeah. You okay. You guys feel this magic go around you. Cloud and Theramin are willing to tell the truth. Thesia holds back. Ivor, who's cast this, looks at Thesia, looks back to the two of you guys. His men take a step forward from the edges of the room. And he goes, okay, I'm going to ask some questions now. You, Mr. Theramin, who we met earlier, your compatriot, has she had any dealings with the Yuan-Ti outside of my city, outside of my town?
Not that I'm aware of, apart from our encounter with them last night.
And does she work for the Yuan-Ti outside of my town?
No.
Does she have any dealings with any entities that I should be worried about?
No one that you should be worried about, no.
You lying.
Uh,
Tired.
so my dad is Beelzebul.
Everybody's under arrest. We're gonna talk to you one at a time. And
No. Please don't. I can explain this.
he puts a silence spell up so nobody can make any more noise. And these people come forward with manacles, and others have spears in their hands. They're about.
Can I create a minor illusion of the scythe?
Yeah, you can create a minor illusion of a weapon.
No, of the scythe with covered in moonlight.
Yeah. You do that.
But like I'm like literally it looks like I'm casting a spell.
Yeah, he sees that you cast a spell. He draws a sword. People grab your hands and try to put you in shackles. There's him, and there are 8 other guards in this tower.
Shit.
does message work through silence?
Yes, you're talking telepathically, so you can talk through message.
So I'm just like looking directly at him, saying, I do not want to be forced to tell you the truth. I will tell you the truth. The truth and nothing but the truth, but I will not be forced.
Yeah, go ahead.
The person that you asked my friend about, I have two deals with devils. The one first being Beelzebul to save Theramin's life. The second being
you get back in your head in the midst of this. He goes, "Cool. We're going to have this conversation, but first, this is happening." Can you make a strength save? Everybody, make a strength saving throw for me.
Natural 20.
14 plus 14.
14.
17.
17. Okay. Okay. Theramin is taken to the ground and manacled. Cloud and Thesia, you have the option of resisting and making some kind of move here.
I
Aggression is going to start combat.
no, I was gonna say I drop to my knees and just cry and weep and point to the scythe. It's not in my hand, it's a couple of meters away from me, and I just point and I just cry and I just mouth, please listen. Please listen.
Okay. That's what
I do.
What's Thesia doing? You have room for a play here. You could do something.
Yeah, I don't want to get stabbed. I kind of like shake them off as they're doing it, but I just like look at him just like dead in the eyes, like the third eyelid come over and like blink, and my like pupils are like needle thin, like slits, not to like threaten, just to intimidate and going, you're pissing me off.
Cool.
But I will let them do it. I'll just be very angry about it.
He meets your gaze. Everybody is manacled, and you are, Cloud. They are moderately gentle with you, as you are crying. Thesia, they're a bit rough, and Theramin, they're a bit rough with you guys. They take you down through the layers of the tower and down below the tower into the depths of this hill, take you away from each other and put you in separate cells where then the silences are lifted. And we're going to do this one at a time. He's going to come in and he's going to
Are we all together?
No, you are not.
No. Okay.
He and his guys are going to come in and talk to Theramin first. They recast Zone of Truth. Do you want to make a saving throw against that? No.
I'm fully cooperating.
You cooperate. Great. Sits down. Okay. Mr. Theramin, whose father is one of the incarnations of evil.
You can't choose your parents.
That is fair. That is fair. And yet I need to ask you if you have been in contact with your father recently.
Yes.
For what reason?
We're trying to help my friend who had something stolen from her, and we needed his help to get something back. Me and my dad have I don't see eye to eye with him on everything. We kind of put up with each other. I needed his help. I asked him.
Okay. Your compatriot, Yuan-Ti, Thesia, who does she work for?
Well, she has a deal with
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus, to help my friend. But I think that she works for herself mainly. I mean, we're a group of friends that all hail from completely different paths, but we're not like the rest of our race. We're all very different, and we're more friends of each other than the rest of our races.
You're not lying, which is a very good sign.
And I didn't mean to lie. I just didn't think that you needed to know her. I genuinely don't believe that that affects you, her deal with my Asmodeus and my dad. So I didn't think that you needed to know.
Son, do you understand that Asmodeus is the worst thing that has ever existed?
So I've been told.
He's the most powerful of all the evil gods in all the outer planes and is actively working to destroy and corrupt everything and everything around him, all the other gods and everybody on this earth. And if your friend has a deal with him, I think it's, unfortunately, as much autonomy as she may think she has, she probably doesn't have that much autonomy.
I think she went into it with the best of intentions, and in the hopes that she could potentially get out of it, but I don't know.
If that's true, I genuinely hope she got a 1-over on Asmodeus. You're being very cooperative. I appreciate that. I feel bad that this is the direction this had to take. If your friend Thesia unfortunately is a member of the race that's camped outside and is also dealing with Asmodeus, we may have to keep her here until this situation's resolved.
That's not, no, that can't happen. She's not like them at all. She could be a useful ally to you. It would be weird to imprison her like that.
Well, we've got people of a higher authority coming from the capital who can sort it out. It'll only be for a few days.
Oh.
Theramin, let's get through these next couple of questions. Do you or any of your band members, to the best of your knowledge, mean anybody in this town any harm?
Absolutely not.
For what reason did you save the merchant Dylan and his guard in the jungle, or in the woods, rather?
They were there in trouble, and to be honest, we thought about leaving them, but we realized that would probably draw people towards us, so we took them with us. Because one of them was injured. I can't remember which. But in the end, we decided to bring them with us.
Thank you very much. We will let you know when there's more to let you know. Goes over to Cloud next. Madam, I am very sorry. I know that was a very hard emotional time that we put you through just then. I don't know what you were trying to tell us, but you can tell me now. Zone of truth. Okay.
Do you know Arinor?
I don't know Arinor, no.
He destroyed my world. He killed my people. There is a scythe that we recovered from Astrafel.
Astrafel. Wait. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. I mean, I may have written down the wrong names of the gods on Vulpikar. I'd never heard of an Arinor before, but you got the famous scythe that's been...
Slither is mine. He's here to help me.
Oh, okay.
He was stolen from me, and I hated my companions for it.
Fuck.
You know I am telling the truth.
Yeah.
From the spell you cast.
Yeah,
Arinor destroyed my plane, and I felt like they've done the same by taking Slither, who is the only connection I had to my friends, to my family.
Who took your scythe?
Peter. He is part of the Lagazi family. Him and Marta, they lured us into a battle they knew we could not win.
Okay, all
they
right.
took Slither.
Yeah.
And I fled from my companions, which was wrong. Thesia.
Yeah.
And Theramin found me killing a werewolf by the name of Coin. You can find his body.
Yeah, okay. We actually got notified. Orlando, right, from Merle Stone.
Orlando Pine.
You got him. Okay, good. You
He
guys,
is speared to the ground outside your city's watch.
I'll send some people. You can describe to him. He'll
Yeah,
ask you
I
where.
describe
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
that, like, yeah, that happened.
I'm gonna get somebody to grab that body for sure. We're gonna want to recover that.
I have his buttons, if that helps.
Truly doesn't help, but more than fine.
Rude.
You can keep his buttons.
The buttons.
Love the buttons. Okay, so a Peter and Marta Lagazi took your scythe, headed for
From what I understand, is I was down. Me and Thesia, we were unconscious, and it was Theramin who saved our lives. Slither tried to kill Peter, but they seem to have this deal, and they are immortal. Their souls seem to have been trapped. Slither tried to save us, and Theramin bargained for me and Thesia's life.
Okay. Okay. This all sounds really important and good. I'm going to get back to the stuff that I need very immediately, and then we can double back to this stuff, okay?
I feel like this is good background information for you to have about my companions.
Sure.
And the type of people they are.
You ran away, they came after you when you were unconscious, bargained for your life.
Theramin.
Theramin. Yeah, Theramin seems like a good guy, although...
Thesia tried to save my life.
Okay. I can tell you believe that, and that's more than fine. I need some information. Do you or any of your companions, to the best of your knowledge, mean anybody in this town harm?
No, they saved their lives.
Saved their lives. For what reason did you save the life of the merchant and his guard?
Too many lives have been lost.
More than fair enough. Does Thesia have any dealings with the Yuan-Ti?
Not that I'm aware of, no. Tell a lie, she...
Yeah, that pings for sure, because you definitely...
Cloud knows a little bit more than that.
Yeah, you were told about
No. She was told she was a champion of Malar. I'm sorry, I'm not very aware of your gods.
Okay. Champion of Malar.
When we recovered the scythe, she was tricked. She was manipulated into feeling this way. From what I understand, she made a deal as a sacrifice because she knew this. She sacrificed herself to get this scythe back for me. She is not evil. She is not in league with the Yuan-Ti. She is good.
This declaration from Cloud, after all of the anger that you have held towards your friends after the loss of Slither, after running away and being so angry, rings perfectly true in the zone of truth. Mm-hmm. You're vouching for Thesia, saying Thesia is good, rings true. Okay.
Please, we need to go to Sessensil. We need to get this scythe. They are part of this journey. You cannot just say someone is evil because of who they are born into. Everyone has their own choice, and she has chosen this band. Please consider this.
I'll consider it. I'm going to have a talk with her first. Honestly, the fact that she used to be in league with them and now isn't and has turned to Asmodeus makes me more willing to believe your story.
From what I understand, she understood that my scythe could sever a contract.
There,
That
yeah,
is
those
one of their
legends.
powers.
The legends say that it has the power to sever ethereal contracts. Yeah, for sure.
It rings true. So the
Yeah.
contract she has made can be broken.
Well,
And I am hoping when we get to Set and Seal that is possible.
yeah, if we got our hands on that scythe, we might be able to dismantle the cult of Asmodeus for friggin' good. That's a superpowered item.
I want you to understand that scythe is difficult and it has its mind of its own.
I've heard the stories from 300 years ago, 600 years ago that that the thing has friggin' personality up the wazoo.
It does. Just call it Moon and it's happy to do anything.
I'm writing this down because I can hear
Moon.
you're telling the truth right now. Moon, we're sure that this spell's working, right? And the other guy's like, yeah, it spell's working right. Okay, cool. This is crazy. You're giving me so much crazy information. Moon.
And as I am under this spell, I want you to know that there are people within the elite corporation of the Royal Society that have been bought out.
That was my next question for you. Cool. Who is corrupt? Who's the corrupt official?
I can't lie, can I?
You can't lie.
Someone under the initials of HB.
Could you just give me the damn name, please, ma'am?
I am. That is the name. HB.
No,
is
HB is not a name. You know. Okay. Do you know the full name of the man or woman who is corrupt?
I do.
Tell me the name of the man or woman who is corrupt.
HB.
No, that's not the name.
It could be.
It's not. I can tell. We can tell? We can tell, boss. Yeah, we can tell.
If you can tell that that's not the name, you can work out the initials.
Cloud, you've earned yourself a lot of goodwill, and you're giving us really good info.
I cannot trust that you are not. We asked them in a time of dire need, and they walked away.
Can you cast a Zone of Truth on me for a sec? Cloud, I truly have never heard of any Legazi people, nor am I receiving funds from any outside force. I am paid by the royal family as part of being part of the Garandian army.
Can I make an insight? Just because I knew it didn't work on Thesia.
You know that what Thesia did was an active rebuttal of the spell.
Okay.
He did not do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. I'm just gonna say you can tell that he is active.
So, what happened was Humphrey Blaine gave us 50 Electrum as part of a royal package for helping the Goliaths.
Yeah, we got
when we asked for his help with Marta and Peter Legazi. He turned his back on us. Sliver was taken, and I lost hope.
Thank you very much. We're gonna go have a word with the companions now, and we will get back to you when there's more to know.
Thank you. I hope you appreciate my just reserve to give that kind of information.
Completely understood. It's dealing with internal corruption is very difficult, but you gotta leave it up to us. It's part of our system. Yeah.
Yes.
Last thing, what world are you from? The name of the world is Rizael.
Rizael. I am from Rizael.
So not from Volpikar. I'm just gonna write this down.
No, but I have come in contact with someone from Volpikar.
Cool. That's fine.
Brenial Adkalin?
Brenial Amakir, yeah.
Amakir.
Brenial, I'm writing all these names down. Brenial Amakir.
He has half a star face, I believe.
Star elf. He's a star elf.
He is a star elf.
Cool.
I don't particularly trust him.
What was the nature of your meeting?
We met in the Temple of Slither.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Cool.
He was evasive, let's say, of questions.
What did he threaten you? Did he offer you something?
He offered me something that I don't completely trust.
What did he offer you? Actually, you know what? That's actually not our business.
No, it's not.
We are on a tangent at the moment. That's all we need for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please consider they are my friends. They have tried the utmost to help me when I have not been the most kind to them. They are good people.
I believe you're telling the truth.
Thank you.
Thesia.
Hello.
Hello. So, zone of truth. Let's try this again, shall we? You fail?
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you very kindly. Thesia, I have been talking to your companions. So not only do I know a lot of what you're probably going to say to me now, I also have a lot of context for it. So I hope that you believe me when I say that you, can we just get this zone of truth to include me as well? Just like as a permanent thing? Thanks, appreciate that. I am looking at this through the lens of my job, obviously, but I have a lot of context for your situation. All right, so that's going to hopefully work in your favor here. So, my understanding is that you were at one time associated with the Yuan-Ti. What was the nature of that association?
Being a Yuan-Ti pureblood, you are the lowest rank in the Yuan-Ti temple living situation, general society and culture. I was brought up with the priestesses of Malar, was trained and had my life planned out by them to become a champion of Malar, which led me over to Grindrod, led me to my band, and
what does becoming champion of Malar involve?
killing Jin, the current champion of Malar, who is a giant werewolf, and destroying werewolves.
What is a champion of Malar?
It's someone who desires power from him, power over others, and generally a status that the Yuan-Ti felt it necessary for them to hold, and not the werewolves, which is his doing.
Yeah, because that was one of the things I wanted to ask you about. Because lycanthropy, the curse directly comes from Malar.
Yes.
So, my understanding is that are we looking at a civil war between factions of Malar?
Yes.
Okay. When did you break from the other Yuan-Ti?
When I saw the truth of a meeting in the dungeon where Slither was kept, I was led to a room, like all of us were, shown a apparition, a memory of there, to find out that the Yuan-Ti are selfish and believe werewolf are scum and will sacrifice their own kind and the ones they look down upon, i.e. myself, to do their bidding, and I do not follow that anymore. I am no one's puppet. I will not be controlled.
What's the nature of your deal with Asmodeus?
My deal was Asmodeus was to get Slither back for Cloud. It was stolen from her and it broke.
That's why you made a deal with Asmodeus. What's the nature of the deal you made with Asmodeus?
You mean what I get in return?
What do you give him? What does he give you?
My soul. But
Why?
what do I give him?
He didn't ask for anything.
Oh yeah. It was Beelzebub that asked for that. He didn't ask for anything. He didn't ask for anything.
What do you get?
But I got divine, low-level divine power that paladins are blessed with when they pledge their allegiance first. But every time I ask for something, want more, I then have to give something. But that's not cropped up yet.
You renegotiate if you want more power.
Yes.
Thesia, I don't know what kind of desperation losing this scythe put in you people, but if you want my advice, and I think you should follow my advice, never get back in contact with Asmodeus. Don't do it. I'm going to be very honest with you. If you had promised your soul to Asmodeus, there would be nothing you could say that would ever let you out of this prison, except to go to a more secure prison. But his hold on you is very weak at the moment, which is not at all what I was expecting. That hold is there. And if you didn't have people very truthfully, very honestly vouching for your character and the circumstances with which you made this very strange deal, again, there would be nothing you could say that would convince me to let you out. That said, let's get a couple more things straight. In the woods, outside of my town, what are the Yuan-Ti doing besides killing werewolves?
Building a pit.
And what the hell's that?
Can I have a piece of paper and a pencil? Or drawing?
Yeah. Done. That gives you a piece of paper and pencil.
Cool. So I kind of just draw quite quickly, like the temple structure.
Yeah.
This is, and then I start like just mirroring it downwards.
Yep.
And I just like describe all the different layers and then get to the pit. It's like, this is sacrificial. They will be killing people for power, for magic that I have not witnessed myself. With a pitmaster, there's blood rituals and sacrifice down there, and that is what they are constructing outside your walls.
Jeez. He'll ask you for generally defense capabilities, etc., etc. He'll get a little bit more clarification on various bits, and kind of go, okay. Huh. In your evaluation, how long would it take you and your group to get the scythe back from the powers that be?
Lily resurrects.
The back hurts. Cyrus.
I don't know. 2 days? 2 weeks?
Some strange thoughts float into your mind from the ether.
Message.
It can go through walls if I know for definite you are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't know exactly where the others are. There's a lot in your group that's going on. There's a lot there. And there's a lot going on outside of my town. Okay? We've got backup incoming. good professional people, queen's men and women, right? The actual army is going to come and root out the Yuan-Ti. Okay? The thing about the scythe is, besides the word of your friend, what I can do is I can get in contact with Sesson Seal, right? And I can order them to do a search for the scythe and try to get it back. But you've also brought me the identity of, oh, by the way, could you confirm for me the identity of the corrupt official?
HB.
I'm not doing this again. Not doing this dance again.
Humphrey Blaine.
Humphrey Blaine. Okay. I am going to put everything that I've heard from all of you in a report that's going to go directly to the royal family, who are not corrupt because they're the royal family. You get what I mean?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So I just want to get the piece of paper and flip it over. Put my hand. Am I allowed to cast magic in?
Definitely not.
No, I was just going to prestidigitation.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay, pencil. I'm going to draw it then. Little spidery thing.
Yeah.
Little spider. And I just, because it's so truth, I was like, do you know what this is?
No, I've never seen that before.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's got a different design than the Lulf symbol from a couple hundred years back, right? That's the only other spider I know of. Okay, not the Lulf. Okay. That's what I have to do. That's my job to do that. I'm gonna give you a directive. Okay? You have to go, you have to get the scythe, and you gotta get in contact with either me or the person in charge in Sesson Seal when you've got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And we can talk about how you guys can use it to help this situation and ongoing stuff once you've got it. Because that's a very powerful artifact, and the sooner it's back in play, the better. All right? Okay.
We're still going to do our gigs because we still need to appear as the band whilst doing other quests.
Tell you what, I've got a lot of work to do. I'm going to give you an hour and a half, and I'll let the townspeople know that they can come and listen to your stuff during that time. And then I'm going to say, get the hell out of Salt's Watch and get to Sesson Seal. Because time is of the essence. Time is of the essence.
I did send a message saying that other people that hear may not be corrupt and not be affected by the spell, so we need to hurry the up.
Other the people that hear the what? Sorry?
Other people that hear the fact that we've said all of it is not under the influence of the spell.
Of what spell?
Other people in the room, you mean?
Sorry?
No, if other people, like the guards, if other guards hear of this, they may be in the pockets of someone else.
Oh,
we need to hurry the fuck up.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got this information and he's directly sending it to the king and queen. Like, sorry, there is no king. To the queen and her brother.
Okay. No, that's what I was worried about. I was like, other guards may not, like, they might be like Humphrey and in the pockets of someone else.
Yeah.
But if he's okay, that's fine. But if he's sending it direct to the queen.
That's what he was saying to Thesia. Yeah. Is that he's sending direct to the queen. Yeah, we've got a Megwandir postal service. We can send it direct by teleportation circle, so it's all good.
Cloud's very untrustworthy of everyone.
Yeah, you are. She is.
Yes.
He will release the three of you and say, you have an hour and a half to do some semblance of a gig. Theramin, please take it easy on the thaumaturgy. Just, it's so loud. It's just so loud, and the town is small, and we've got orders and things to be getting on with.
Okay. What about the this armor? Can you still hook me up with that?
We don't have that kind of time. You can sort something out in Seal, I'm sure. And after your hour and a half, my people will come along and ask you very nicely to get the heck moving on, as it were.
Be
Because time is
urged
of
to
the
leave.
essence.
Can I?
You want to detect thoughts on this guy?
No, helm of telepathy. I just want to ask the guys if my giving him my sending stone would be useful, or should we keep it for ourselves, just in case they want to get hold of Humphrey.
You offer this thing, and he goes, "Oh my God, I didn't even ask."
Okay.
If you had a direct line of communication with Humphrey Blaine. Yeah. I would like that sending stone, please. That's very useful, actually.
Oh, as soon as I see like the hand, I'll be like, remember the paper. Remember the paper with coin.
Oh, you're talking about when you gave originally when you gave
Yes.
Coin a letter and he then burns the
Yes.
damn thing.
Yes.
He takes the sending stone and he goes, "Cool. People more qualified than I am will know what to do with this. But in the meantime, if he tries to get in contact with you, we'll hear what he says. And if he says anything intimidating,
but we don't know whether the people more qualified are in the pocket of someone else.
So
I think you need to truth spell them.
So, Cloud, the way this works is we start at the top with this kind of inquiry, right? So the queen is the first one who gets to know, and then she will clear those directly under her using magic and all kinds of stuff, and then they'll clear the ones under them, etc.
No.
So we've done. Yes, that's the way this works.
No, give the queen the sending stone, and only she has possession of it. All I'm asking from you is that the queen has a sending stone.
Regan Athronus will get my report and decide.
No, a report is not good enough.
If she decides to take the sending stone, Cloud, Theramin, Thesia, I wish you the best of luck getting the scythe. Please remember to get back in contact. He'll give you a sending stone. This is to get in contact with me. Please remember to get back in contact. He'll give it to Theramin. When you have it, or to somebody in Seal, but I prefer me until we've got everybody cleared. Guys, we don't have time for that gig in town, actually. You guys have got to go.
Nope, we're having the gig. If you say that the sending stone cannot go to the queen, we are having a gig. That is the compromise.
The compromise is men step around you again. We can do this dance again, if you'd like.
He's just going to walk out and be like, "Thank you for your time."
You're welcome.
I'm going to
shimmy.
I'm using my invisible mage hand to get the sending stone from Theramin.
Ooh, give us sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Theramin, you say?
The
29, natural 20 plus 9.
Natural 20.
Plus 9.
Theramin, you put the sending stone in your pocket and it's in your pocket. With nobody sees the sending. The hand closes around the sending stone and turns it invisible. And Cled, you get it.
What's
Ivor Augusto. He'll look at you, Cloud, and he goes, I have listened very patiently. I can escort you out of the city if you don't want to go. out of the town.
Go ahead, escort one of the major bands in the Battle of the Bands outside of the city without their horse, without their manager. Go ahead. I'd like to see you try.
Cool. Guys, two of these guards grab you by each by one arm and walk you to the edge of town, to the road that leads towards Cess and Seal, puts you outside, closes the gate.
So I'm sending Maggie to go and find Dylan and Ash.
Yeah. The others, Dylan is informed of what's going on, given an extra little boost of healing, and puts your stuff together and leads Ash and your cart. Oh no, you don't have a cart anymore. Leads Ash and your horses out to the gate and join you all out there shortly. And you guys are locked out of Salt's Watch.
Let's do the gig here.
Right, as soon as we do the gig, I'm making an announcement that the guards of Salt Watch refused to let us do the gig inside the town.
Okay.
Yeah?
Cloud, I think they were trying to help us.
Cloud doesn't trust anybody. Let's make this clear. She doesn't trust anybody. And she gets the goblet out and says the word geyser at the gate.
Beautiful. Give me 1 second. Incredible. You aim water at the gate and say a geyser. 30 gallons of water issue forth as a bonus action in an incredible burst of force and power from the decanter, and smash into this gate. The gate does hold. It's not going to make a dent on the
No,
thing,
but it's enough to.
Yeah, you're making it obvious you're not happy. So yeah, that's what it does when you say geyser. If you may point it in a geyser 30 feet long, 1 foot wide. As a bonus action, you can aim it at a creature or object, and there's a saving throw, or they take a little bit of damage and get knocked prone. And it pushes over up to 200 pounds worth of objects and stuff.
Well. Oh my God.
What a way to find out what this thing does.
Yeah.
Cloud, I think there's a lot of, I respect you for your lack of trust in people, but there's also a lot that can be said for knowing when to trust someone. And I feel like he's been more than forthcoming. He did the truth spell on himself. He understands the message directly to the Queen, and I really feel like we need some allies that can help us, because it's a massive undertaking.
All I wanted him to do was give the message stone directly to the Queen. He didn't seem forthcoming to do that.
And Thesia just gets up from her dream and she's like, let's go. And just starts walking down the road.
You guys just don't get it, do you? Marta's coming back in whatever form you like to give her. Peter will come back. We don't know how many there are of the Lagazis, how many are in guards, in watch troops, in power. You don't know that when we get to Sessensil, it won't be the guards, the people on the ground. The thieves will be for them. They are in the bank of the same werewolf we killed. Do you not understand my paranoia? It should have gone to the Queen. It should have gone to the top.
Thesia's not listening. Because she turned her back on her family, her race, her everything. These little band of misfits are her family. So it is her family.
Yeah.
So Thesia's just not listening. She turned her back on the Yuan-Ti. She turned her back on everything she knew for, how old was she? she's quite young. She's 22. Like 22 years. Like everything. She left her territory to come here for something she didn't understand. So Cloud like rattling on about this is for my family, and Thesia's like, yeah, this is for my family. This is for you. So she's just going to keep on walking till her feet hurts, just to like keep on walking.
We have a mission. All we can do is keep moving forward and stick together.
Oh, I was getting confused. You wanted the stone that you have to be paired with one that the queen has?
Yes.
I thought you were talking about the stone that this whole time, I thought you were talking about the stone that Callum gave.
No, I want the stone that we have paired. So he gave.
Yeah,
the
because they
stone
always
to the
come in
queen.
pairs.
Yes.
I see. So what he did was he gave you a direct line to himself?
I wanted a direct line to the queen.
Cool.
Oh, I didn't get that.
That has been
Sorry.
so far from what I thought was going on this whole time.
Oh, I wanted a direct line to the queen. So the stone he had, I wanted him to give to the queen. So the stone we had was direct to the queen.
Because he's got two right now. One that connects him to Humphrey Blaine. And one
okay.
The one that Theramin gave him is the one that's connected to Humphrey. So that if Humphrey ever tried to get in contact with you guys, he would get the message instead and be able to note down anything that he said that would compromise him.
Right. No, I wanted a direct line to the queen. So we could be like, we've got the scythe, but I didn't want him to be able to give it to information maybe possibly that was not right. Or anyone who got that message from him would be evil.
Sure. Yeah, the people around him might not be as good as him.
That was my worry. So I wanted it direct to the queen, who would then be able to deal with the information given to her.
Got it. If all of this is about wanting to talk to the queen, that's a different thing than what he thought you were saying.
No, what I was saying was I want a direct line to the queen.
Yeah. I understand that now. Well, he didn't get that. He thought that you were asking him to give the evidence that Theramin gave to him directly to the queen, which is so far below her pay grade.
No, I wanted the stone to be given to the queen so we could communicate with her directly.
Cool.
And be like, this is what is up.
I only made 2 pairs of stones. That was such a mistake. It was a bad mistake because in my head, what I was doing was I was replacing your stone with Humphrey with your stone with Ivor.
No.
So it really there was one tiny swap going on in my head. That's not what it was. And I've learned my lesson for the future. Do you want to communicate that to Ivor through the stone that you have?
Well, I'm going to reach for my stone and then...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you reach for your stone.
I'll be like, look, Cloud, you can just have the stone and I don't have it anymore. Where's the stone? Where's the stone, Cloud? Talking about trust. If you want something, just ask me for it and I'll give it to you, most likely.
Most likely.
You don't need to rob from me. But well done. I'm a little impressed.
Do you want to say that to Ivor? Say what you actually
I'll be like,
meant?
Ivor, I feel like there's been a miscommunication between what was meant to be going on.
Yeah, you wanted me to give very low-level evidence to the queen with the report as opposed to ask if she wanted to handle that herself. And I was going to report that I had the stone that linked me to the dude. And I was like, no, I'm going to do this officially, one step at a time.
Yeah, I want you still to do it officially to have a report, but I want the queen to be aware of information we give her.
So he will hash it out with you and realize that what you want is when you report the side for the queen to get the message and not him.
Yes.
Got it. He goes, I understand now what I'm going to do. That's fine. That's fine.
Also, we've washed your gates for you, so you know,
Yeah.
as a favor.
Also, yeah, what the heck were you doing to my gates?
We washed them.
They look great. They look so good. Thanks. I appreciate it. Is that a decanter of endless water that you have? That's just a really useful magic item. You'll never run out of drinking water.
That's why we have it.
Yeah, I mean, those things are worth a huge amount of money. Just saying. When I send my report, I'll pass my sending stone to the queen, and you can talk to her
Thank you very
directly.
much.
Okay. That's reasonable and fine, and I'm totally cool with doing it because I'm not corrupt.
That's why I was getting so like, no, we're gonna do this gig. It's because no one was understanding. I just wanted the queen to know. Sorry, I didn't make that like more understandable, but I was like, I want the queen to know. Wait, why are we being kicked out?
Too many stones.
Too many stones.
Guys watching this, too many like rules of D&D. Never have more than one pair of sending stones, right? And never do time travel. Those are the rules of D&D. Cool beans. Until like you sort that out. It's sorted out.
Good.
He's like, yeah, I'll send this. It'll be like a day, and then the queen will have it. Dylan goes, cool. I'm so sorry that devolved. I think that we all should hug.
We need to get Thesia back.
Oh crap, Thesia, where'd she go?
Oh, she's
Dylan,
far
can you-
away. She didn't
Oh
hear
God,
anything.
she's so far away.
I think we should catch up with Thesia and, you know, give her a cuddle or a fist bump or something.
Yeah, a fist bump. That's what I meant. Cloud, are you okay? You good?
I'm not good with people, so I'm really sorry that got misconstrued into us getting kicked out. I just wanted him to give the queen a sending stone in his report.
I know. And I like.
Don't be sorry.
Look,
You should let Thesia know that you do understand her struggles, because, you know, I think you two have a lot in common in that sense.
I'm hoping when I get Sliver back, no offense, I'll be able to sever her deal.
Yeah, or anyone
I
else
want
that
her
might
to
have
be
a deal.
free. Well, I don't know how he didn't like they didn't trust me, so I don't quite know their possibilities yet.
I think he's talking about himself, Cloud.
I know he is.
Himself.
But Thesia did that deal for me.
I'm gonna say you guys catch up.
Thesia!
Catch up with
Slithering
Thesia.
along the ground like.
Fun question is if everything on your person transforms with you when you transform into a snake, Thesia, what happens to the snakes inside the bag that you're holding? Fun questions to think about at night.
They do not. I know that. That's why I have to wear a skirty thing, like Xena.
Like Xena, Princess Warrior.
Yeah. That's her armor, because nothing transforms with her. So literally, the bag of snakes stay with me.
I love it. I just love it. Guys, after truly so much miscommunication with
So sorry.
like from the very beginning about Thesia's alignment that led to them arresting you, all the way through to you guys getting evicted from the town so that you could get a head start towards Cess and Seal. You guys have left Salt's Watch without doing a gig, and find that it is very little time indeed. You guys only have to make camp for one night on the road before you make it to the great dock city of Sessin Seal, where the next chapter of your adventure awaits you.
Yeah.
And that is where we will call it for tonight. Thank you so much for this very lovely session. And thank you all for watching. Tune in next week to find out probably what happens at the beginning of a bank heist, I imagine.
I'm on a bank heist.
Goodbye.